Good evening, and thank you for joining us on the ISC Sports Network this evening. Local lives here. It takes us to Clinton Central High School tonight, where we have a Clinton County volleyball matchup, a Hoosier Heartland Conference matchup, and just an all-out rivalry between the Clinton Central Bulldogs, the Clinton Prairie Gophers. You saw their records on the screen. Tonight's match is brought to you by the Eagles. Number 976, they are people helping people. By Day and Ginda Funeral Home, proud supporters of high school athletics in Clinton and Carroll County. By Healthy Communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. And by Mulberry Telecommunications, Mintel Fiber Services offer the best gig in town. Joined by Laura Archibald, I am Sean Walker, and this is the Day and Ginda Funeral Home pregame show where they put family first. Laura, this is always fun when we get these two teams. This has been a long, long rivalry, a matchup that you yourself got to play in back in the day, so you carry some animosity, I'm sure. Still a little bit anyway.
Maybe a little, yeah.
I know at Clinton Prairie and at Clinton Central both, they are taught the ABCs, and I'm not talking the alphabet. It is the always beat Central, always beat Clinton Prairie.
Yep.
And so we're going to see who comes out on the top side of that tonight. But just real quick, your thoughts going into this matchup.
You know, records can always be put aside when it's a county rivalry. And so I think there's a lot on the line tonight. The county rivalry, always. The outright conference championship, Clinton Prairie has won that already, but they sure would like to go undefeated in the conference.
Sure.
And that county bragging rights is on the line tonight. So if Clinton Prairie wins tonight, then they can claim that unofficial title of county champions.
They would, if they beat Clinton Central tonight, they will have beaten all of the county teams, as Laura just alluded to. It would also be back-to-back seasons of outright conference champions going undefeated in conference play. And so I know Coach Kathy Martin in her first year at the helm of Clinton Prairie is looking to do that. On the other side for Clinton Central, it's a season where they've won 4 games. They've lost 16, but we have seen them play, and this is not a bad volleyball team. They are very good defensively.
Yeah, their record really is not reflective of the volleyball team that they are. In spurts, they play amazing volleyball. They just get down on themselves, and they fall apart when they lose their morale. So at times, they play great volleyball. And when you see them, at times you would never guess this is a 4-16 volleyball team. So if they get up on top early and they stay on top, I think they could surprise the Gophers.
Our players to watch tonight are brought to us by the world-famous South Fork restaurant. Let's look who's cooking tonight. First up for Clinton Prairie, it's Abby Swan. She has been the go-to player all season long for the Gophers. You see 322 kills, 38 aces, all those digs, all those blocks. She is either first or second in every major category for this team.
Yeah, she is the player for the Gophers, and she is probably the player in the county, let's face it. I mean, she is just the leader for the Gophers, and she is the go-to player, you know, in the county, probably in almost every statistical category. I think the other thing about her is she is a fierce competitor. So you don't have to ask her to get up for these games. You know, she just is there. She's ready. I have never seen her play bad in a big game situation.
On the other side for the home team tonight, the Bulldogs, it's the sophomore in Carly Davison. Carly, another fantastic player, a younger player on this team, and the reason she was picked tonight is Courtney Serber needs that second person to come play and get up for her in this game, and you know that Courtney, the senior, is going to be there. Carly needs to step up tonight here for the Clinton Central Bulldogs. 97 kills, 31 aces, 172 digs. She's played well when we've had our cameras in the building.
Yeah, she's the other person. I think Courtney Serber is just like a fantastic athlete, which Carly Davison is too, but she has that same thing that Abby Swan has, and that's that super fierce competitive nature. And I guarantee you that Carly Davison will be fired up for this county rivalry match.
We'll step aside for the national anthem. When we come back, we'll get volleyball started right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Meet Henry. Henry is hip. Henry loves the new Mintel TV streaming app. And check out Helen. With features like Cloud DVR, Restart, and Look Back TV, Helen never misses her favorite shows. And this Well, this is Bob. Bob can't contain his excitement for the new Mintel TV streaming app. Bob is proving that you actually can teach an old dog new tricks. What do you say, Bob? Does the Mintel TV app get a thumbs up? All right, Bobby, yo. Mintel TV, the next generation of awesome, upgrade today.
Frankfurt Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video game nights. For more information, give us a call at 765-250-1845.
Welcome back to Clinton Central High School. After a wonderful rendition of the Star Spangled Banner, the national anthem. Our starting lineups tonight are brought to us by Ardente Dental, where healthy smiles start here for the visitors. The Clinton Prairie Gophers, it's really the same lineup they've gone with all season. Evie Brooks, Hailey Wilson, Isabel Schilling, Abby Swan, Katie Marcinko Chapman, Bella White, and the libero highlighted in yellow there is Haven Wilson for head coach Kathy Martin and the 12 and 10 Gophers. On the other side of the court tonight for the Clinton Central Bulldogs, they'll start Carly Davison, Chelsea Rydens, Courtney Serber, Olivia Perry, Alyssa Empson, and Georgia Evans for second-year coach Melissa Perry. And again, our starting lineup's brought to us by Ardente Dental. Laura, we got to see both of these teams last week as part of our mental health coverage and our mental health games that we did. Tonight, we trade in the purple for the pink as it rolls into October, and now it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and you can see the Clinton Central Bulldogs decked out in the pink tonight.
Yes, we do, and I love to see the teams doing awareness games, making these games mean more than just a sporting competition.
As they get through their starting lineups, I love they turn the lights off here in the gym and give them their moment to shine. Tonight was also senior night. They did those festivities between games for Clinton Central, and they honored their seniors that they have on this squad, and Courtney Serber and Georgia Evans. They also have a Cecilia Shipper that's listed on their roster. Knowing that I had these two teams tonight, I went down that rabbit hole of looking at historical information as far back as I could find, and then I had to go do some research on former coaches and this and that. And of course, you can't talk Clinton Prairie volleyball and Clinton Central volleyball, or just Clinton Prairie girls sports and Clinton Central girls sports, without mentioning Connie Garrett and Linda Barnett. They are two powerhouses, not only in Clinton County. These are legends in the state of Indiana, both of them Hall of Famers, elected into their college Hall of Fames, their high school Hall of Fames. They are in the IHSAA Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
Absolutely amazing what they were able to accomplish and do it at the same time coaching just,
15 miles apart.
Unbelievable.
And not just in volleyball,
Goosebumps.
but in basketball as well,
Yeah.
at the same time, in the same county.
As a matter of fact, this is how amazing it is. I looked up the basketball all-time coaching leaders list today. Linda Barnett has been retired from coaching basketball since the early 2000s, and she is still number 32 on the all-time list with 391 wins. You know who's right behind her at number 35? Connie Garrett. 387 wins. 4 wins separate them from 32nd and 35th overall, but they're still on those lists, and it's absolutely amazing. We'll
Does
talk
not
more about
surprise
those two
them.
as the night goes on, because I was able to find some really cool stuff on both of them. But Linda especially, we've done a documentary about Connie Garrett on the ISC Sports Network, and really we need to do one on Linda as well. Linda was so gracious to come in and be a guest in that documentary and talk about coaching against Connie and their friendship after coaching.
I think it would be great to do one on Linda. I had the great pleasure of playing against Linda when she was coaching, and then coaching against Linda when I was a varsity assistant at Clinton Prairie. So, you know, I had some neat perspectives of Linda Barnett, and a neat lady. My favorite thing always was when Linda Barnett ran out of the gym. She's a tiny lady, and she would jump up and always hit the doorway with her hand. And I remember that as a little kid, Linda doing that. And, you know, she did it until she retired from coaching, and I always just thought that that was a neat thing.
A fantastic athlete in her own right before becoming a very successful coach. We got a 1-1 game here early on at Clinton Central. Abby Swan pokes that one across the net. Clinton Central can't track it down, and the Gophers lead 2-1 early here in set number 1. Another look. There's Abby's able to tip that one off the fingertips. Haven Wilson on the serve. She steps up and gets the ace. Another look at the serve here on the replay. Just calmly right to the line, and boom, aggressively serves. Looking up historical facts with these two teams is a little bit tough in volleyball. It's not as documented as some of the other sports are, at least going online and finding a resource like John Harrell is for basketball and football, or Max Preps is getting there for volleyball. But I was only able, as that one's in, able to go back to like that 2013 season, and that's when both of these schools kind of really started tracking things between the two. But out of the 12 matches they've played, Clinton Prairie has a 7-5 advantage. They've actually won 6 straight. And believe it or not, Clinton Central has not won a set versus Clinton Prairie since 2016.
Really, that does surprise me.
They're battling here tonight. That one just wide of the court.
So
5-1.
in the late 1980s through the early 1990s really were those prime years of rivalry between Clinton Prairie and Clinton Central in volleyball. And those were fun years where they were the two of the powerhouse programs in the state of Indiana. And that's when, before class volleyball, you know, and so two of your smallest schools in the state were two of your best volleyball programs in the state of Indiana.
Very nice play there from Clinton Central as they earn the point. Able to hit it to an open zone on the floor. Swan right across and says touche, finds the middle of the floor there open. Another look here on it. Nice pass, good set. And we get our first timeout of the evening. 6-2 your score. This timeout is brought to us by the Frankfort Eagles. Post number 976, where they've been serving the community since 1905 with over 900 members locally. The Frankfort Eagles offer something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, visit FOE.com or stop by the Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street in Frankfort. Want to thank the Frankfort Eagles. While we got an opportunity as well, let's talk about our officials for tonight's broadcast. It is Reagan LePage and Matthew Mickles. Our officials brought to us by Aaron's Flooring, offering luxury vinyl plank carpet installation and more. Visit aaronsflooringllc.com or give them a call at 601-4145 for a free quote. Coming back out of the timeout. We'll see some substitutions take place here. This will be Ellie Brettenacher checking in for the Gophers, and you and I have talked. Her serving will not necessarily wow you, as even though that one was pretty good. But she
that
is
was.
so steady at the service line. The Gophers have played really well when she comes in and serves for them.
Yeah, and this is a good rotation for the Gophers. They have good blocking up there right now. They still have Abby Swan in the front row. This is one of their best defensive sets. So this is just always a really strong rotation for Clinton Prairie.
And what a confidence booster for somebody like Ellie, who's just a freshman on this year's team, and knowing Coach has that much faith in her to put her in at that point in time to try to draw as many points as they can in a row. You can see a substitution here as Eden Speaks comes in for Clinton Central. And Alyssa Empson heads to the service line. These jerseys so much easier to see tonight for Clinton Central. Instead of the green with the black numbers, kind of what Clinton Prairie is doing to us this evening, where it makes it difficult to see the numbers. You just got to rely on who's who from the memory bank.
Yeah, I really like the cancer pink jerseys. It does make it a lot easier for us.
Empson on the set, Speaks with the left-handed kill, and she had some nice matches earlier this season when we've seen her play, and here's another kill for her.
Prairie just did not adjust to that fact that she is a left-handed hitter. They were definitely way too far in on that block.
Dryden's able to send that one across. They go middle to Katie Marcinko Chapman, and she finds a kill, an opening in the back corner. Watch it again here, and she's really come along well for the Gophers this season in that middle hitter role.
She has improved on her hitting so much this year as the season has progressed.
This time they set Abby Swan in the back row, and she gets the kill.
I think that Katie has made a good case for herself for most improved player on the Clinton Prairie team.
Clinton Prairie's 4-1 over their last 5 matches, but when chatting with Coach Kathy Martin, earlier today, Kathy Smith was a former judge. I think I was having flashbacks there. Kathy Martin. You wouldn't have known that they were 4-1 in their last 5. She's been a little upset with the way the Gophers have played lately.
Yeah, she has. They've pulled out some of those matches, but not because they've played well. So, I think she really would like to have not just a win tonight, but she needs the Gopher team to play well tonight, not just win. You want the win, but sometimes it's more important to play well.
Able to punch that one across is Hailey Wilson. Gets the point for the Gophers. For these Bulldogs, just 4 wins on the season. But as we said in the pregame show, that's kind of misleading, because this is a much better, much improved Clinton Central team, and we've seen them play really well this year. Have some tough matches.
Another kill for Eden Speak. She's had a couple really nice hits in this series.
Even though they lost 3 sets to 1 against Frankfurt, Clinton Central was right in that every single set of that match. Last week they also had a tough loss versus Traders Point Christian, 3 sets to 2. Anytime you go 5 sets, you hate to be on the losing side of that.
Yeah, that one easily could have went the other way.
Abby with a big wind up there, hits it into the net. Point, Clinton Central.
If you're Coach Melissa Perry, this isn't the start you wanted. I think Clinton Central is one of those teams that plays on emotion. So I know Coach Perry really wanted to get a big start here tonight, and they've just started a little bit slow. I think it's really important that they make this game 1 closer. We don't want to let Prairie have a big win here in game 1 if you're the Bulldogs, because I think they get down on themselves easily. So if you're Coach Perry, you want to get this game tighter. Even if you don't win it, you want it to be a tighter score.
Good point. It's senior night. You want to keep those emotions in check and come out and fight hard here and keep it close in set one.
Yep. Another kill for Eden Speaks.
Eden Speaks looking good early on. Clinton Central still looking for their first win at home this season. They're 0-7 so far, but serves like that would serve them well in trying to find that first victory of the season. This serve just wide of the court. Unforced error that time gives the point to the Gophers.
Well, Clinton Central has 8 points, and I just off the top of my head know that Eden Speaks responsible for 4 of those. 3 kills and 1 ace.
Good powerful serve. Nice pass, though. Opportunity for the Gophers. They go to Swan. Swan, too strong. Trying to go cross court. 14-9 now as Clinton Central pulls it within 5. Some missed passing there from the Gophers and leads to a point for Clinton Central as the Bulldogs now only trail by 4. I want to thank Athletic Director Rod Coughing for his assistance today as our crew got set up here at Clinton Central High School.
3 unforced errors in a row by Clinton Prairie as the Bulldogs pull within 3.
There's another one. Bella White a little too strong there. Bella changed up her hair color.
She did. Throws us off a little.
Tried to go across quick there and could not do it. Schilling with the diving effort. Now it is 14-13. Clinton Central's rattled off quite a few in a row. Chelsea Ryden's making a living at the service line right now, and as I say that, the broadcaster jinx in full effect. 15-13 is Clinton Prairie. Probably a sigh of relief just to get a point there and stop the run.
And they just, Clinton Central saved them from another unforced error.
This one hit off of the scoreboard, the top of the gymnasium, so point to Clinton Prairie. That one into the net.
Clinton Prairie just playing a little careless right now. And you can't afford to do that against this Clinton Central team. Like we talked about earlier, their record is not reflective of the team that they are capable of being.
Well, we saw last week in the mental health coverage that the Gophers played pretty sloppy against Rossville and let them hang around, and Rossville pushed them to 5 sets.
Yep.
And they should have won. They were up 14-12.
They should have. They just about upset Prairie.
This one a little too strong. Back to a 1-point affair. Swan, we've seen her be off just a little bit tonight.
Yeah, she doesn't usually have that many unforced errors in a match.
And now the service ace here for the Bulldogs, and we're all knotted up at 16. And that's going to draw a timeout here. We'll step aside with them. We'll be right back right after this on the ISC Sports Network.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Hey there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
Derek, do you know what we do not have in common with Ted Lasso?
What's that, Jake?
We made it beyond 3 seasons.
Oh, we're going to make it like 30, 40, 50 seasons. As long as your heart holds out, that is. Query and Schultz every Tuesday night. You can watch it right here on the IHSAA Sports Network, on our YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, X, podcast, whatever it is. Just call it whatever you want.
Twitter doesn't exist.
Just make sure Tuesday nights, Query and Schultz, 7:30, all season long right here on the IHSAA Sports Network.
We outlasted Twitter.
We did.
Out of the timeout back at Clinton Central High School. You haven't missed a point yet. Clinton Central just served it across the net. Now, a little too much power that time from Courtney Serber. 17-16 in favor of Clinton Prairie. They regain that 1-point lead, and this is Brett Knocker back at the service line. Nice pass. Then a miss hit there. Olivia Perry. Timing just a little bit off for the sophomore. We've talked in those matches that we've had Clinton Central as well, Laura, that a ton of youth on this team. Some young talent coming for Coach Perry.
Yes, really, Georgia Evans and Courtney Serber play, pretty much all the way around, but everyone else is an underclassman, and they have some underclassmen that play significant playing time, and she has a bright future here, in the next few years.
There's a great play there. Is Alyssa Empson able to punch that one across, and the Bulldogs on a roll.
Clinton Prairie has just not done a very good job in the last probably 7 days, I'd say, to 7 to 10, of keeping leads and putting teams away. They just let them hang around, and, so far they've been pretty lucky about pulling those games out, but you can't let teams do that. One of these times that's going to bite you, right?
Especially with sectionals looming right around the corner now. You see the block there from Marcinko Chapman. The Gophers earned a bye in that first round, but doesn't really do them too many favors because coming out of that bye, you're facing either Central Catholic or Seeger. Probably Central Catholic if history says anything.
Mm-hmm.
And even though it's hard to say a down year for a team that could just go all the way and win the state championship at any point in time. But if the Gophers were going to beat Central Catholic, this is potentially the year, but not playing the way they are right now.
No, not right now. I mean, they should be gelling right now, playing their best volleyball. And unfortunately, they were playing their best volleyball 10 days ago, not today.
Now, the bonus to that is it helped them get through most of their conference season.
It did.
Especially against teams like Eastern, who were unbeaten until the Gophers got to them in conference play. Only 3 losses on the season for Eastern after Clinton Prairie got that victory against them. So this one is a tight affair here in set number 1. Really, anybody's set to steal, and these Clinton Central Bulldogs are gaining confidence with every point.
And that was just a really smart hit by Chelsea Ryden. She didn't hit it hard. She just put it where the Gophers were not.
Gophers send that one across. Free ball opportunity here for Clinton Central.
A little surprised they didn't get called for the carry on that.
Set from Empson. They go to Davison. Swan there to clean it up for the Gophers. And then Ryden's that time aggressively going after the ball, but Davison was there to pick it up had she not tipped it.
Yep, just one of those communication things.
21-20. Play to 25, win by 2. Good effort, hustle there from the Gophers, but a point earned by the Bulldogs. Now Georgia Evans checks back in. She'll serve here for Clinton Central and Coach Melissa Perry.
Nice heads-up play by the Bulldogs.
All tied at 21, and your senior comes in to serve. Nice set there. It was Hailey Wilson. It's the first time I've called her name this evening.
That was a nice heads-up play.
Hailey is really, we knew she was good. And as I start to talk good about her, she gets an unforced error there. But she has been, I think, maybe the surprise for me this season. Of course, you've got players who've improved. But Hailey is just leaps and bounds. I mean, she has become an all-around volleyball player. And she has been really, really good for the Gophers this year.
She really has. She's so athletic. And, not making excuses, but she has been very sick the last about 5-6 days. So hopefully get her feeling better and she'll get back on her A game.
Timeout here gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors for tonight's broadcast. It's Healthy Communities of Clinton County, where the coalition is committed to reducing the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities, by decreasing stigma and encouraging policy, system, and environmental changes. The vision of Healthy Communities is to make the healthy choice the easy choice. For more information, visit healthyclintoncounty.org. (23-22) set number one.
If you're Clinton Prairie, you need to put this set one away. Don't mess around here. Push these 2 points. Put this away. You let Clinton Central win set one. They're the type of team who can run on emotions, and that may be to your great detriment if you're Clinton Prairie.
Overpass that time, and Abby Swan makes him pay. 24-22. Boy, she put some power into that one.
She did. Haven Wilson needs to get this serve in bounds.
And it's out. We've seen her be long all night long. 24-23. Had a chance there for set point. Still set point for the Gophers here, but a chance to serve and win it. Now Clinton Central will look to tie things up. And they do. The overpass this time. It's Courtney Serber who makes the Gophers pay. Didn't have to put a ton of power into it, just waited her turn, jumped up over the net, stayed out of the net.
Nice and patient.
And now a serve off the top of the net.
That was did they call that down?
Let's take another look here and see if we can tell.
Really hard to tell on the replay.
Couldn't see if Abby Swan got a pancake save there.
But Clinton Central is up in this set one.
Now set point for the Bulldogs, 25-24. An opportunity to kind of steal set one after trailing by a large margin earlier. Abby Swan, though, ties things up at 25. If you're the Gophers, are you going anywhere else at this point in time in set one? I mean, I'm going to Abby Swan every time.
Yeah, I'm going to Abby Swan too. You do have Katie Marcinko in the front row who has been playing well in set one. So I think you do have another option, but I think you go to Abby.
Bulldogs there.
Carry.
Earned the point, called it a carry. A good job getting the block, and then just couldn't play it back out of the net.
That's a rough one.
Yeah, set point for the Gophers.
Job by Ellie Brettnacher.
And now a great play in the middle there from Courtney Serber once again. It just went right over the top of the block and back row playing too deep.
Evie Brooks, I'm not sure what she's doing there. You either block or get off the net and play defense. One step off of the net is no man's land. You're not doing anything there.
26 all. Edens. Gophers handle this one. Marcinko Chapman, and it's dug out by the Bulldogs. Eden Speaks. Gets it again. Another kill for her. She's brought it off at least 6 points here in set one for these Bulldogs. Set point for Clinton Central.
Giving them a free ball.
And that one might have just dropped in. Wow. Look at this again, and not a lot of space there. Just drops it on the line. 27 all. Swan at the service line for the Gophers.
Which means Clinton Prairie could be in some trouble because Abby is now on the back row.
28-27. We talked about her stats coming into the broadcast and how many aces she had on the season. 38, she just added one to that. If Clinton Central can find a way to earn a point here and get the serve back, to your point, Gophers could be in trouble. Send it over. And wow. Free ball opportunity. Nice dig.
Beautiful dig by Ellie Brettnacher.
Swan on the pass. Hailey Wilson just sends it across. Eden Speaks that time had to go right-handed. Hailey Wilson tipped at the net by Eden Speaks. Boy, best point of the night so far. And it's set point. And that one just out. 28 all. How about these Bulldogs, Laura? They came to fight tonight.
They did. And now, if you're the Bulldogs, you have Davison and Serber on the back row. So this is going to get interesting. This may be the battle of defense because you have all the best hitters in the back row for both teams. So could get interesting here. And you see a hitting error there. Yep. So this could get interesting.
29-28. Marcinko Chapman at the service line.
And this is Clinton Prairie's weakest offensive rotation.
And the Bulldogs say, hey, we're going to our back row hitters then. And
absolutely,
right
as they should. As they should.
Swan made a diving effort but couldn't get there in time. All knotted up at 29.
And Davison has moved to the front row for Clinton Central now.
Bella White punched that one across a minute ago for the Gophers. They set to Hailey Wilson and a block there from Eden Speaks. Have a night, Eden.
She is having a set, isn't she?
Letting the emotion come out as well. I love it. I love it when the team's in tune. You see the fire and the passion. Wilson tips that one across.
Nice up by Carly Davison.
Eden Speaks. That left-handed swing again.
Clinton Prairie has to quit being careful. That's got them in trouble many times this year. Careful again.
Just giving free opportunities to the Bulldogs right now. Carly Davidson gets the kill, and the Bulldogs take set number one, 31-29. You could almost feel it coming. What a kill.
I did feel it coming. When Clinton Prairie kept sending free balls and tips over, I thought they're in trouble.
We'll step aside. Set number two heads your way when we come back on the ISC Sports Network.
Frankfurt Eagles 976. Serving with the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfurt Eagles offers something for everyone. Golf leagues, bingo, concerts, kid parties, cookouts, and more. For more information on who we are and what we do, visit FOE.com or stop by Frankfurt Eagles at 408 North Main Street, Frankfurt, Indiana.
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable!
Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die.
Inconceivable!
To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99.
Inconceivable!
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclintoncounty.org.
Welcome back to Clinton Central High School. 31-29 as the Bulldogs get what we would consider a little bit of an upset there and still set number one. Obviously still a lot of volleyball to play here tonight, but the Bulldogs defending home turf. This portion of our broadcast tonight brought to us by Day and Genda Funeral Homes, where they believe in putting family first. As active members of the community, they know that when dealing with a loss, seeing a familiar face and being treated like family is important. Day and Genda Funeral Home will serve your family in a unique and loving way and provide the care you need. For more information about the services Day and Genda Funeral Homes offer, please visit dayandgenda.com.
So if you're Coach Kathy Martin, you got to be a little nervous because Game 2 tends to be their worst game, and Game 1 usually is their good game. So you got to be a little nervous right now, I think. I would have loved to have been a mouse in that huddle.
Now, I've always seen Kathy be such just a nice, soft, caring person, but I've heard there's a little bit of a fiery side to Coach Martin. Or can be.
Yeah, she can get fired up, but she's not a yeller, but she's she gets fired up.
On the other side for Coach Melissa Perry, how about the comeback there? They were down 6-7 points there in set one, came back and stayed with it, and now that confidence boost.
And it's exactly what they needed. We've talked about it since even before the broadcast, or like at the beginning of the broadcast, before the game even started. They're an emotion team, and if you let them get on top, they play on emotion, and they will take that victory and they will use it. And so I think if you're Clinton Prairie, you have to be worried right now.
One thing I've noticed about the Bulldogs this season is they're very good defensively, and they pass well. And that's always a recipe for success. Another look at that last point. That one's into the net. 2-0 in favor of Clinton Central.
This is not to take anything away from Clinton Central, but Clinton Prairie is just making way too many unforced errors tonight. And part of that's because Clinton Central is playing great defense, and they just keep taking the ball back to Clinton Prairie, and Clinton Prairie just keeps making mistakes.
Yeah.
I think that was a net violation.
So the point actually goes to the Gophers. Bailed out a little bit there as Clinton Prairie because they were about to be down 3-0. Abby Swan with the big kill. Another look there at the power from Abby Swan, just a junior, so we'll get to watch her again next season as a senior. Haven, little too strong on her serves this evening. Another unforced error gives another point to the Gophers, and or to the Bulldogs, and every time the Gophers do that, Laura, confidence just grows.
It does.
Just continues to grow. These Bulldogs are scrappy. The Gophers earn the point here. You know, they also come into tonight's game with, I mean, you got nothing to lose, right?
They don't.
Everything
to
the Gophers
gain.
have everything
Yeah.
to lose here because
there is no pressure on the Bulldogs tonight.
no,
Absolutely
just come out
not.
and play free, play for each other.
I would say if there was one bright spot for the Gophers in set one, it was the play of Ellie Brettnacher. I thought she served well. I thought she played good defense in set one. So if there was any bright spot, I would say it was Ellie Brettnacher in set one.
But you're right. Other than that, we saw Abby Swan make errors that we don't normally see. We saw
Hailey
Evie
Wilson
Brooks
being
struggle a little
careful.
bit.
Yeah.
Hailey Wilson being careful. Haven is struggling at the service line.
Yeah.
We're on the other side. We're seeing the Bulldogs just slow and steady. They're passing well. They're playing defense. They're not trying to do too much. When they realize they don't have it, they just send it across and regroup.
Yeah, and Eden Speaks played fantastic in set one. She single-handedly had 7 of their points, so. And as
3 Gophers. Brettnacher at the service line. You were talking about her a moment ago. Great idea by Georgia Evans. Just couldn't get that one over the net. Now a timeout here taken.
I like this timeout by Coach Perry. You know, break that serve and try to get that momentum back.
This portion of tonight's broadcast is brought to us by Aaron's Flooring, where they offer luxury vinyl plank, carpet installation, and more. Visit aaronsflooringllc.com for more information or call 765-601-4145 for a free quote. Passing Aaron's Flooring van doing carpet installation on my way into work this morning.
There you go.
I'm assuming carpet could have been vinyl as well.
Could have been.
Could have been.
They do good work.
Inside the huddle there of the Gophers.
I think she's talking about that empty hole right in the middle of the floor that they've been burnt on several times tonight. Talking about those off blockers getting off the net, being ready for that tip in the middle of the floor. That's that person's, and they have got to get off that net and be ready.
I want to get a telestrator one of these days in here so you can draw and put circles like John Madden used to do on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, I could do that.
We'll end up with a big smiley face or something. I'll think you're really teaching me something about volleyball.
And then I'll just say,
instead you're just
see
doodling. 8-3. Gophers had a similar lead in set one before the Bulldogs came storming back. Student section wants everybody to know that she still has 3 more years after this one of high school volleyball.
You know, and you kind of forget she is a freshman. We do need a reminder because, you know, she has been solid for a freshman this year. She's a quiet player. You don't, you know, necessarily see, you know, huge plays out of her, but she doesn't make a lot of mistakes. She is a solid ball player and does a great job for the Gophers.
Gophers earn another point here as they look a lot better here so far in set number 2.
Knock on wood for the Gophers, Sean, because they started out good in game 1, too, and then just kind of fell apart.
Brettnacher on the serve again. Evans with the set. And then Serber with the kill. Goes back row and finds pay dirt. Good strong kill right in between the 2 defenders. Swan tries to send it back corner. I love the hustle from Davison. They're going to call a double hit against the Bulldogs. Unfortunate because, man, Davison laid out and made a nice play.
She did. That was a nice effort. Nice effort. Nice pass by Haven. Just see Hiley being so careful out there tonight. I don't know if she's just not feeling well and just doesn't have the swing in her tonight or what's going on, but just feel like we haven't really seen her take a big swing at all tonight.
No, it's just been pushing across the net.
Yep.
Twelve to 4 now. 8-point lead for the Gophers.
Nice dig by Ellie Bretnocker.
Yeah, Empson almost found a spot on the floor there.
Another tip by Hiley Wilson. It's just really making me wonder if she's not well or she's injured.
This one too long, and point back now to Clinton Central. And this is about the spread of set number 1, where the Bulldogs made a run, and once they got back in it, they did not look back.
They did not. This is where Clinton Prairie had 5 unforced errors in a row last set.
That is the best swing we've seen from Hiley tonight, but a little too strong there.
So here's 2 unforced errors in a row.
Alyssa Empson, the junior. She's rocking the pink shoes tonight, too, to match the shirt. Love it.
She is.
Good effort there by Empson, and I think Wilson's into the net.
3 unforced errors.
12-7. Are you feeling a bit of deja vu?
It is feeling very deja vu. But it was good to see Hiley swing at a couple balls.
Empson on the set, goes to Speaks. She was so instrumental in that set 1 win.
Nice dig by Abby Swan.
They go down the middle.
4 unforced errors.
What was the call there? Was somebody in the net?
Net.
Across?
Katie Marcinko in the net.
Did her foot cross the line under? Does that constitute net as well, or you have to physically touch it?
Physically touch it.
Okay. And right there is Courtney Serber again.
Mm-hmm.
And the Bulldogs making a run just like they did in set number 1. And it's eerily similar as you're seeing a lot of Gophers watching everyone else. Like They have cement in their shoes. Where on the other side, you've got Bulldogs hustling and scrambling.
And moving to the ball. 5 unforced errors.
Wilson took another good swing at that one, and as soon as it went wide, she kind of looked at the bench like, help me, coach. What am I doing wrong here? 12-10. It was an 8-point lead. It's trimmed down to 2. Now an opportunity to run your set here. Perry sends it across for the Bulldogs.
One thing that has to happen is the hitters have to get a set that they can put a good swing on. I mean, those last 2 sets have not been good.
Both teams playing this one a little bit safe here on this point. Big swing from Swan and gets the point for the Gophers.
Stop the bleed. That's good.
13-10. Haven Wilson checks out to get a break.
Bella White's back into the lineup.
Senior Marcinko Chapman at the service line. Tipped at the net, then couldn't keep it in play. There for the Gophers. 13-11. We saw the Gophers early in the season have some of these similar struggles where they would get up big and then they would allow the other team to come all the way back. But that was more of a rotation thing where they were trying to find that help when Abby would go to the back row. This is something different.
It is different. You're right.
There's an ace as that one drops in back corner. Evie Brooks.
That's a great serve.
Perfect placement. 15-11. Libero, Haven Wilson checked back in for the Gophers a minute ago. Clinton Central earns the point here. This will be Olivia Perry, sophomore, serving now for the Bulldogs. Bella White too strong. Back to a 2-point set. Perry on the serve. Davidson put a little mustard into that. The Gophers cover it up.
Good
Swan
job by
with
Abby
a powerful kill from the back row.
And that was a rough angle, and she did a really nice job with that ball. To hit from the ball coming from your blind side over your shoulder, that's a rough hit, and she did a nice job.
This is Hailey Wilson at the service line now for the Gophers. They'll earn the point here. Bella White there for the block. Back to a 4-point affair. Gophers just punch that one across. The set from Allie Adair, the sophomore. She'll set middle. Chelsea Ryden's able to get the point now for the Bulldogs.
Clinton Central's had a very diverse offense. They have lots of players with at least 2 kills. In comparison, it's been almost exclusively Abby Swan for the Gophers.
I've also seen 3 different setters tonight for Clinton Central. Allie Adair has served. We've seen Alyssa Empson serve. We've seen Georgia Evans serve.
Set, you mean?
For set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
they
what I mean,
usually
the other S word.
They usually run a 6-2, so you usually do see 2 setters for them. But you're right, they have ran 3 setters tonight, and all 3 of their setters are setting very well.
We got here a
Net.
Gopher in the net.
Yeah, Evie Brooks in the net.
Brooks into the net. 18-15.
Clinton Prairie has ran a 5-1 tonight, 5 hitters, 1 setter, with Evie Brooks setting, and they're struggling on setting tonight. They really are.
Davidson puts some power into it. 2 long point now to the Gophers. And the student section, they want to make sure everybody knows what grade everybody's in and what you can and cannot do in a volleyball match.
They do. That's important.
Timeout taken here as a 4-point lead is opened up. Good timeout taken by Coach Melissa Perry. Mulberry Telecommunications want to be the first to welcome you to the Fiberhood. Mintel Fiber Optic Services offers super fast, reliable internet with gigabit speeds, streaming TV packages, and voice solutions. Sign up today at mintel.net. That's MINTEL.net, or call 765-296-2885 for more information. We also want to thank Ardente Dental, where they offer high-tech dentistry with a personal touch. Whether you're a brand new patient or have been with them for years, they're here to serve you. Give them a call at 654-7222 or visit them online at ardentedental.com. Ardente Dental, we bring smiles to life. What has been a very entertaining volleyball match tonight between 2 county rivals. conference rivals. Many families, house divided, as there's probably some grandmas in the stands right now that have grandchildren on both sides or relatives.
Oh, yeah. My mother has been known to be at Prairie Clinton Central games and wear one shirt and one half and another shirt and another half, or 2 games in one shirt and 2 games in another shirt. So it does occur.
5-point lead for the Gophers. Brett Knocker at the service line. Davidson goes back corner. Good diving effort. What a play.
Great up by Hailey Wilson.
Evans on the set. Davidson too strong on the kill. 21-15.
She's struggling a little bit tonight on the front row. She played great defense, but she's struggled quite a bit on the front row.
There's a tip at the net by Evie Brooks. Swan just sends it across. Evans keeps it alive. And then Empson hits that one into the net. Prairie with a 7-point lead here late in set number 2. Abby Swan gets the point. Want to send some well wishes tonight to my daughter, Mackenzie, who tried to pre-plan for this event tonight. I'll tell you how much this meant to her as a senior at Clinton Prairie High School. She asked for this night off of work more than 2 months ago, not knowing that she was going to be in a car wreck and it was going to give her the night off. But she's at home and she's healing nicely, and we want to thank everyone from the community, the Clinton Prairie family, have been so gracious to us. And so just wanted to take the opportunity to thank them. But I know Mackenzie's tuning in tonight. She said, well, Dad, I guess I'll just watch it.
Hi, Mackenzie, my other daughter. We're glad you're watching tonight, and you're going to watch that basketball game in person, kids.
Yep,
so
she'll be there for basketball season. 24-16. She's trying to put some more gray hair on old Dad.
She's doing a good job. I've seen you without a hat.
Yeah, it's all gray.
I didn't want to say anything while Ellie Brettnacher was serving, because it seems like we always jinx these kids, but another fantastic run by Ellie Brettnacher at the serving line. She has done a fantastic job serving tonight.
That service error actually leads to set point for the Gophers, so they fight back here after dropping set 1. They take set 2, 25-17. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, set number 3 heads your way on the ISC Sports Network.
Many communities in rural America are often overlooked as underserved. These communities are being left behind due to lack of internet and access to state-of-the-art technology. That's why Mulberry Telecommunications provides rural broadband services and technology, and is growing their presence in north central Indiana. Because every community deserves infrastructure and beyond. To learn more, contact us today.
Still on his feet. Stevens lunges. Are you kidding me? Champions of Marion County. Unbelievable. Touchdown. Living up to that last name. Wabash has the lead for the first time today. So that was going to be a highlight reel. Oh, baby. Yeah, you can celebrate after that.
Welcome you back to Clinton Central High School, the site of tonight's IHSAA volleyball matchup between the Clinton Central Bulldogs, the Clinton Prairie Gophers. We are tied at 1 set apiece. The Bulldogs took set 1, 31-29. The Gophers take set number 2, 25-17. In this conference and county matchup and rivalry. This portion of our broadcast tonight brought to us by South Fork Restaurant, where you can dine in or carry out. The South Fork Restaurant is known for daily lunch and dinner specials, fresh, never frozen, whole catfish, hand-battered tenderloins, and award-winning onion rings. The kitchen is open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Come join them at 105 South Glick Street in Mulberry, or visit southforkpub.com for their latest menu options.
I saw the chicken running the street this evening.
Yes, that was the owner. Scott Roberts decided to dress up on his all-you-can-eat chicken night in a chicken costume, and it's the crazy things you see in Mulberry. How about that?
Hey, got to come check out the crazy chicken in Mulberry, right? It's that fun thing of small towns.
They even had chicken and noodles as the special today. It just worked out. There was chicken everywhere.
Chicken everywhere. So if you're Clinton Central, what you have to do is get your team picked back up, motivate them. You know, this team is young, and they play on emotion. And so you saw the first half of that game, they played really well. And then the minute Clinton Prairie got the momentum and they started playing a little bit better and they got on a little bit of run, you saw Clinton Central get down on themselves. And they just really stopped playing the way they had played through the first, whole game and half of this first half of the second game. And so, Coach Perry's job here is to get them motivated and pick them back up, get them excited to play again, and get them back on top. And if they can come out here and get a lead in set 3, I think it could turn things around for them.
Georgia Evans will start things off at the service line for the Bulldogs here in set 3. First point goes to the Gophers. Hailey Wilson will head to the service line.
It was a nice pickup by Carly Davison. She struggled a little from the front row like we talked about earlier, but she is playing great defense tonight.
Hailey with an unforced error there, serving into the net, and I'm with you. She does not look herself tonight.
She does not. And I do know she has been sick. So, that's one of the things that is a struggle for Coach Martin this year. They just do not have much depth. So don't have a lot of players to go to. They are really about 8 players deep, and that's it. So don't have a lot of players to go to on that bench. So
was Isabel Schilling on that kill a moment ago. 2-1 now your score.
Kill by Katie Marcinko there.
Haven Wilson at the service line. She's still a little too strong tonight. We even saw her there. She backed up from her normal serving spot. Still hit it too long.
Yeah, if she's going to serve that floater, she's got to stop. They call it stop and pop. You just got to stop and pop that ball so it floats down. And if you're going to top spin, she's got to get on top of it a little bit more. She's kind of in between the two types of serves, and that ball's just floating out for her. That set just pushed out to Abby's left hand, and just got to have a little bit better serving. Setting, I mean.
If she was setting Eden Speaks right there, it would have been perfect.
It would have been. But she wasn't.
She's not. She's on the other team. Substitution here. It's Brett Knocker who comes back in. Laura, you and I were talking during the break, and she has been probably the player of the night for Clinton Prairie, as steady as she's been.
She has. She has done a fantastic job. And, sometimes those back row players just, it's quiet good. It's not exciting because they're not up there, getting big kills. And she hasn't got a ton of aces tonight, but she's not making errors, and she's getting digs in the back row, and she's making good passes on serve receive. And Her serves are good enough that it's taking Clinton Central out of their offense. And, you know, she's making a difference. They go on runs when Ellie Brettnacher is serving, and that's what the Gophers need. And, you know, like I said, it's not always that things that you notice. It doesn't, you know, jump out at you, but she has just done a great job tonight.
Yeah, sometimes you talk about these teams and we look for a leader or a senior to rely on because you need that steadiness, right? You need somebody to steady the ship, and it's been a freshman tonight for the Gophers.
It has. She really has steadied the ship for them tonight. And sometimes that's what you need. You need somebody who's passing well, serving well, just, you know, is the person you can count on. And tonight it has been Ellie Brettnacher for the Gophers thus far.
Great diving effort from Chelsea Rydens a moment ago. I thought the Bulldogs were going to come up with that one as well.
That was a great effort by them. What defense. They have played really good defense tonight. Look at that effort on defense. That dig was fantastic, coming clear out of the middle back to get that ball up.
Timeout here in a 7-3 affair. This portion of our broadcast tonight brought to us by the Frankfurt Eagles, where they've been serving the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, the Frankfurt Eagles offer something for everyone, whether it's bingo or might even have a band one night. You never know. Raising funds for the community. For more information on who they are and what they do, visit FOE.com or stop by the Frankfurt Eagles at 408 North Main Street in Frankfurt.
Always a fun place to be.
And I saw again they're waiting on those jerseys that come in, but I saw the mock-up of them, and I think the high school team should be a little bit jealous that the 5th and 6th graders got these super cool gray hot dog jerseys.
That's cool, and they need that. Those kids need to be playing young and really start building up that Frankfurt program.
Speaking of the Frankfurt football program, hats off to my brother-in-law, Colton Martin, head coach of the middle school football team, as they doubled their wins from a year ago. They got 2 wins this season.
Good job.
Their single win last year was the first win they'd had in the last few years, and so starting to build up that middle school program. Hopefully that will filter in to the high school program, and the 5th and 6th graders will feed to the middle school, and everybody will be happy.
Yeah, and that's how you build programs, is you keep the coaches around for year after year after year. You know, when you have turnover in coaches, it's hard to build programs, and so the fact that, you know, he's been there more than a year, that's super important.
Simpson sends that one across. Good diving effort there from Hailey Wilson.
Yeah, she's had a couple good digs here on this series.
That time it gets through the block of Marcinko Chapman.
But once again, a really nice run of points with Ellie Brettnacher at the line.
Serber had some nice kills at the net tonight for the Bulldogs. Alyssa Empson serving. Unforced error there on the Gophers.
Eden Speaks has been really quiet since set 1. Be nice if the Bulldogs could get her involved again. If I'm the setter for the Bulldogs, whichever one they have back there now, I think I would try to set her and get her involved again.
Rydens couldn't get around on it that time. You see some power here from Swan, and
the net was her friend.
9-5. Bankers Hours our score here in set 3.
Nice dig by Abby Swan.
Overplay, and Marcinko Chapman feasts on that overpass.
Nice control by Katie. Stay out of the net, because she was a little off balance, but she just didn't swing all the way through. So that was a good job by Katie not to get in the net on that play.
Swan sends it across. Adair on the set, and there's Speaks. You said you'd set her, and she did right there.
Yep. Sometimes if somebody's quiet for a while, you just got to get them a ball, get them back involved.
I always, try to relate other sports that I do understand, and for the setter, they're like the point guard in basketball.
They are.
And you've got to get those scorers the ball in places they like to receive it on the floor, things of that nature, and it's very similar here.
Yeah, they're the floor general, just like you said, just like the point guard. The point guard's that floor general in basketball. In volleyball, that's your setter, and they can get people involved. They can also keep the ball away from somebody who's struggling, so they can control the way the game ebbs and flows.
5-point lead in set 3.
And Eden Speaks was a definite spark plug for them in set 1, and they could use the pick-me-up from her in this set 3.
Tried to go back to her here. The ball just wide of the court, though. 6-point lead now for Clinton Prairie. In a 1-1 affair. Going a little too strong and starting to see multiple mistakes add up here against the Bulldogs. See if Coach Perry lets this go much longer before she takes another one of her timeouts. She's done a good job with her timeouts tonight where she's been able to settle the troops down, and they play through it here.
Mm-hmm. Nice block by Chelsea Rydens there. Nice solo block. She did a good job staying out of the net. That's one of those hard to read ones, like, is it coming over? Is it not, you know?
Yeah. Wilson trying to swing out of the middle that time. Can't get anything on it. Olivia Perry on the serve. Service error gives a point back to the Gophers. Now back to a 6-point lead.
Isabella Schilling checking back into the game.
Thank you. I was waiting to get a better look. Her and
Ellie Brettonker check in and out for each other, I believe.
She always looks so much like Bella White. It's tough to see.
Something.
Looks like they're going to take the point away and give it back to Clinton
I
Central.
believe the line judge called a touch. She ran over to the head official and said she called the touch.
Good job by her. I know you always get the JV players that come out and they do some line judging for you if you don't have parents and others available. And most teenagers are afraid to talk to people. So she was not afraid to run over there real quick, stop the play and say, hey, no, I called that.
And that wasn't fun to do, especially when you're standing in front of the opposing team bench and you run over there. And yeah, that's not fun. That was a nice tip by Evie Brooks.
The railing kind of right along that line. Blocking our view just a little bit. Davison going after that one, almost ended up in the bleachers. Got construction going on at Clinton Central High School, so normally our vantage point is from the other side of the gym and we see the fans. I kind of like this one though. We get to look at the benches.
Yeah, I do too. I like this vantage point. What is not fun is parking there if you're there. So
right. From the back row, Bella White got a hand on it, but that actually caused it to fall where no one was. Point for the Bulldogs. Clinton Central going to Serber quite often this evening as well.
Yeah, and why wouldn't you? 124 kills on this season.
Eden Speaks that time on the service error. Or the service ace, excuse me.
It's kind of weird. I spoke her name and she just like suddenly came alive again. I don't know.
That served a little too long. Back to a 5-point lead for the Gophers. it at least appears at the moment, and I still wouldn't say that the Gophers are playing their best volleyball, but it feels like they've been able to kind of put set one behind them and move past that here.
They seem like they've settled down. I would agree with that. But they're not playing great. I mean,
yeah, it's still not crisp. Hailey Wilson on the serve.
You know, her arm swing looks okay on the serve. I just not real sure.
Carly Davison, what an angle from where she was coming from to hit it back this way.
Yep.
That's amazing.
It's probably her best hit of the night.
Now Chelsea Ryden's on the serve, the junior. So many of these players on the floor tonight for Clinton Central coming back again next season. You know, out of their starting lineup, just 2 seniors, but out of their rotation, the rest of those girls coming back. What was that old song? My future's so bright I gotta wear shades?
Yes.
There you go. Hey, Abe, how about a shameless plug here for a good friend of mine, co-worker Pete Gasho, and for Pete's sake, they'll be playing at downtown Frankfort 1 week from tonight. If you ain't got anything to do, go to Prairie Creek Park, the new Farmers Bank stage. They'll be rocking it down there.
And if you have not been to the concert series, if you've not been to a concert there, you should go. I hate when people think there's nothing to do in Clinton County or in Frankfort, because that is an amazing venue to go to a concert.
They've had some Thursday night thunders with the car shows.
Oh, it's a great place to. It's great there. It's so much fun. They have food trucks. It's a good time. They have movies down there. I mean, it's a really, really fun place to go. And I hear that band is amazing. So
they're pretty good. They're pretty good.
So if you're not watching volleyball sectional next Thursday, then that's probably a good place to be.
Or, even better, you come watch live music and you go back and watch the replay of the volleyball match.
There you go.
Unless you're in the gym, that makes it tough.
Yeah. Then you can do both good things, see. Good job by Katie Marcinko to handle that set.
Wilson just sends it over. Evans on the set.
Net.
Into the net as her momentum carried her that direction. A timeout taken here by Coach Melissa Perry. Crucial spot here in set number 3. Healthy Communities wants to let you know that recovery is possible. If you or someone you love is struggling with addiction, make sure you reach out to Healthy Communities at 765-659-6063 or visit them online at healthyclintoncounty.org. And Laura, while I'm talking about it, tell us a little bit about that initiative, and even you can plug the Trinity Hope Center a little bit as well.
Yeah, so we have, really since COVID, we have 5 peer recovery coaches on staff. So if you're struggling with substance use disorder, you can give us a call. We have free peer recovery coach services. We have system of care navigators. So those are people who provide wraparound services, help get you in treatment, help you with all of those things that you need to have taken care of so you can concentrate on your treatment.
For sure.
And all of those services are free of charge. And then we have the Trinity Hope Center, and that's where we do all of those services, plus have evidence-based programming and AA meetings, NA meetings, and pro-social activities. So just check out the Facebook page, and you'll see all the good stuff going on there.
Love it.
Nice tip by Abby Swan there.
Got off a couple of points out of the timeout. Going into the middle of the floor where no one was at. 3 points away now from taking set 3. Evans goes to Perry. They find Swan, and she attacks back row. And Rydens that time just had to try to look for self-preservation as that one headed right.
To her face.
Yeah, right to the face.
You know, Abby started a little slow this evening, had some errors early, but really has cleaned up her game and has had a lot of kills in the last 2 sets. So good job for Abby Swan. We talked about that competitive nature she has.
Brett Knocker still at the service line now, and what is set point here for the Gophers.
And this is who you want on the service line when the game's on the line, right?
You said it. I'll say if it the broadcaster jinx. And this is a block at the net that comes down in play. As Marcinko Chapman gets the last few points for the Gophers. They take set 3. 25-15. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, what could be the final set of the night from Clinton Central High School right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Frankfort Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Set 4 from Clinton Central High School headed your way right here on the ISC Sports Network. Gophers fell in set 1 to the Bulldogs. 31-29 was the score of that one. 25-17. Clinton Prairie took set number 2, 25-15. The Gophers take set number 3. They are just 1 set away from back-to-back unbeaten seasons in conference play.
That would be pretty exciting for the Gophers, right? And really exciting for Coach Martin as her first season coaching at Clinton Prairie. They have secured the conference as the champions, but it would be nice for her to win the conference undefeated and to be the outright county champions.
Guys, if we have a second, let's throw up those conference standings. We've got that graphic that was coming into tonight. There were the Gophers at the top at 7-0. This would give them their 8th win. So this is obviously prior to this evening, prior to any matches that are taking place. Got the 2 teams playing highlighted there, but such a huge win for the Gophers over Eastern. A 5-set affair.
Yeah, it was a great match, and it really was the pivotal match of the season. And then, well, to be honest, then at Rossville, I was getting a little scared, but Prairie pulled that close one out. That would have made them tied if they would have had a 2-way tie for first place. So, you know, Prairie's done a good job of pulling out the close ones this year, but, you know, I hope that this, you know, tonight they are able to secure it in 4 and win this outright and become the county and conference champions if that's what's in the cards this evening.
Hats off to the Rossville Hornets, too. They've finished in the top 3 the last few years. Obviously, Coach Kathy Martin was there previously. But this year, so much, you know, they had the head coaching change at the end of the season. Then they had a head coaching change mid-season. And hats off
and the
to Lexi
injuries.
Schreiber and all the injuries and her coaching staff. I know Lori Grimes came back to help her out, Lori Wainscott. And the other longtime assistant who's been there, both came back to help steady the ship. And, man, congratulations to them. And I love when adults put the kids first. They come back. You know, they had stepped away, thought they were done coaching, and boom, mid-season, guess what? We're right back in the swing of it because we don't want to see this season go bad for these girls. And
right, and they did what they thought was the best thing for the students, and that's what you want to see happen. And I'm friends with Lori Wainscott, and I know she thought, oh yes, I'm done. Kathy Martin tried to sway her to Clinton Prairie, but she was not to be swayed because she was done. But she did the right thing by those students and tried to give them some consistency and came back. And, that was a really great thing for both of those coaches to do. And the first-year coach there stepped up to the plate and just did a great job. And, can't speak enough about that Rossville coaching staff. They just did a fantastic job. And, they did a great job, but also the players and keeping the morale up and fighting through. They have had injury after injury after injury on that Hornet team, and they just have not given up. And that's another team that their record really doesn't reflect how good of a team they are.
Yeah.
Hard to tell what their record would have been if they would not have had those injuries.
Davidson punches this one across for the Bulldogs. Swan, her vision is really coming to life here. About midway through set 2, we saw her just kind of change, and she has been rock steady ever since.
She has. She's just been clicking on all cylinders.
Evans on the set. They go to Davidson in the middle. Well, she was really trying to put some power into that one.
She was. That set was a little tight, and Katie Marcinko doing a good job putting up a big block there in the middle and really changed how Davidson had to swing at that ball.
4-1 as Rydens punches that one across for the Bulldogs. Good block at the net by Rydens. Davidson has to send it over, and they do. And what do we got here?
Outside the antenna.
So point for Clinton Prairie.
Yes.
Thank you. The NFL on Monday Night Football on Sundays, they have their rules officials, and I have you. I don't need Dean Blandino or whatever those guys' names are. That one just long. Get another look at it here, and you'll see.
I still like that hit, though, because she saw that outside defender was pulled way in the court, so she tried to go deep. I mean, it was a nice, smart play by Abby, just barely missed that.
Laura, we talked a little bit about Clinton Prairie and the upcoming sectional. They earned their bye, and they'll face the winner of either Seeger or Central Catholic. But what about these Bulldogs? Where are they headed? What's their
So they are in sectional 54, which is the Class 1A sectional at Rossville. So Tuesday night is North Vernon and Faith, and Clinton Central will get the winner of them, which you have to think is going to be Faith, who is 26-2 before tonight. And they're playing a very tough Benton Central team tonight, so we'll see who wins that.
For sure.
I know they lost game 1. I do know that, so we'll or set 1. So we'll see who wins that. That could go either way, Faith or BC. So I have to think that Faith is the favorite for that sectional. They're the only team in that sectional with a winning record. So more than likely, Clinton Central will face Faith on the 14th at 11 a.m.
For the Bulldogs, though, if they were able to pull out a victory there, they might have a decent shot at a sectional championship after that.
Absolutely, they would have a great chance. I would say on the opposite side of Clinton Central, Rossville is the favorite. Yeah. So Rossville is on the 12th, facing off against Attica, who's 7-15. And depending on injuries with Rossville, they had another significant injury this week to Oaks. So depending if she's back or not, if Rossville has her back, they definitely should be able to win against Attica. And then that winner faces 3-24 Fountain Central. So I think Rossville's your favorite on the other side of the bracket. If Clinton Central could pull off the upset victory against Faith, then you would have an all Clinton County championship, and that would be
as a
fun.
Clinton County guy, I'm all for it. That's what
I
I'm
am
pulling
too.
for.
And you know, we've talked about it. Clinton Central is a dangerous team.
Yeah.
Their record is not reflective of how good they really are. You know, you get Eden Speaks, Carly Davison, and Courtney Serber all firing on all cylinders. And
at the same time.
Oh, yeah. They are dangerous.
This hit here into the net from Perry. Gives the serve back to Katie Marcinko Chapman in a 9-5 lead here in set 4.
What I found to be true is, unfortunately, very rarely have we seen the three of them all have great sets at the same time, right? Yeah. But just think, if you could get the three of them on fire at the same time, Clinton Central would be very difficult to beat. Back-to-back kills for Speaks.
Yeah, starting to come alive here in set 4. And what steadies that ship? Is it just kind of settling in on who your setters are going to be? Because we've seen a few different ones, but obviously you've got to get into system, and then you've got to feed those hitters, right? And it's doing that consistently.
It is. And you know, smart setting. I think they have Allie Adair setting right now, and frankly, I think she's setting really, really smart. I mean, I said it in set 3. I'm like, let's get Eden Speaks back in this match. Like, let's set her. Let's get her involved again. And it seemed like right after I said that, they did get her involved again, and she made a difference. And she's making a difference here. And I think, you know, you have to know who's having an on night and get those people involved and keep them involved. And I think that's just that volleyball IQ that we talk about sometimes, and she's done a really good job of setting tonight.
And for Allie Adair, just a sophomore.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good set here as Rydens tried to hit it across the net. Bella White there on the block for the Gophers. Now an ace. Evie Brooks.
It's her second of the night.
Another look at this one as it drops in, and we'll get a timeout back at the stadium or in the gymnasium. This timeout brought to us by Day and Ginda Funeral Home, where they believe in putting family first. As active members of the community, they know that when dealing with the loss, seeing a familiar face and being treated like family is important. Day and Ginda Funeral Home will serve your family in a unique and loving way and provide the care you need. For more information about the services Day and Ginda Funeral Home offers, please visit dayandginda.com. Obviously, stay tuned. At the end of every broadcast all season long, we'll be naming our Frankfort Eagles Clinton County Player of the Game. Bring that one to you at the conclusion of tonight's volleyball match. As the season winds down and comes to an end and these teams start to look towards sectional play. So I have a game or two to wrap up. This is actually the final match of the season for the Bulldogs. The Gophers have one more on their schedule.
They have a tourney Saturday. And they have, this has been this has been a week for them. They had a match on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So that's one of those things that Coach Martin is working on getting changed, is getting more games early on and less games the week before sectional.
Balance it out.
Yep. You want to have some time to work on your sectional draw teams and scout them and be getting a game plan. So nice block there.
Isabel Schilling with the block at the net. 13-8, 5-point lead here for the Gophers. Davidson
Nice
goes back
play.
corner, and that is wide open. Great vision. We talk about Abby Swan and her competitive nature. Carly Davison has it too.
She does. I love to see when she gets fired up. She's a firecracker. She really is. I love that.
Speaks with a nice serve. That swing wide of the court as they tried to feed White. Lead back to 3. Don't count the Bulldogs out just yet. We saw them fight back in set 1.
No, but if you're Clinton Prairie, you want to put this away in set 4 because this has been a long week and you have sectional next week. You do not want to go another 5-set match. Not on a week like this.
That one long again, and for 3 out of 4 sets now, we've seen the Bulldogs trail by a large margin and come back and get it to within 2. Now the service error gives it back to the Gophers.
If you're the Gophers, you just want to settle down here. What they don't want to do is be careful. They want to remain aggressive, but they need to settle in here and score points. Nice block. Katie Marcinko's blocked well tonight as well.
Wilson taking a lot off of these last couple serves, just playing them across the net.
As she should.
Her aggressive serves this evening have been a little long. Davidson there, right idea, just missed the mark. What zone is that on the floor?
1.
I was going to say that. I promise you, I was going to say zone 1 and then look at you, but I had a feeling you were going to be like, no, and give me like, you know, a hand gesture that it's 3 or something.
Nope, it was 1. If she would have hit it, it's 1.
If she would have hit it.
Yeah. Out of bounds is no zone, but.
Have you noticed, and to bring up, we brought up old school volleyball and Linda Barnett and Connie Garrett, but they don't talk much about the ozone layer anymore. And I think it's because all you girls stopped using the Aquanet hairspray.
Probably, you're right. It's true.
17 to 12. Not that the guys didn't either. I mean, the big hair bands of the 80s.
I was going to say, I think it was more the girls wearing using Aquanet hairspray.
5-point lead. Brett Knocker back at the service line again for these Gophers, and there's a nice play.
A
Courtney
kill
Serber.
by Carly.
Was it Carly?
Yep. No, it was not. It was Courtney.
Carly's at the service line, though. This one just long. Nice job again by the freshman back there to not play that.
Yeah, and follow it all the way to the line. See her move all the way back to the line to make sure it was out.
She even helped to make the signal there. That one just out. It's a good job on this side of the court by the Bulldogs as well to back away. But some of these serves are so close to that line. You're in that 50-50. Do I play it? Do I let it go?
Nice serve.
There's an ace. Alyssa Empson's had a nice night. We've seen her do a little bit of everything for this team. She served well. She's been in that setter role from time to time.
It's those pink shoes.
It's the shoes, money. Here we are, 18-16. And that serve long. Man, the Bulldogs right there again within striking distance. You're the Gophers. You cannot let up here.
Watch for the Bulldogs to set the right side and tip to Katie Marcinko. That's what they've done almost every time. Or hit to her.
Ella White misses the mark. Gives a point back to the Bulldogs now. Back to a 2-point affair. They go back row to Abby Swan.
Okay, if Clinton Prairie needs to get a side out, this is a rotation that they can make some points on. This is when Serber and Davison are both back row for the Bulldogs. They need to not be letting the Bulldogs score a bunch of points here.
Eden Speaks. Big kill. Nice dig by Swan. Wilson sends it across and pushes it deep enough. Goes to zone 1. 3.
Zone 5.
5. If it's the top corner, then it would have been 1.
Correct.
So it flips on the. You could have at least told me that. See, took a gamble. I was wrong. 20-18. We take a timeout. Look inside the huddle there. The Gophers trying to get their 13th win on the season. Remain unbeaten in league play. Try to improve that away record to a 4-6 record. They're 3-6 on the road. On the other side, we mentioned the Bulldogs have not won on their home floor this season. We're trying to change that here tonight, but the closer the Gophers get to 25, the tougher those chances become.
In case we didn't mention it earlier, Clinton Prairie sectional is played at Covington.
Good little travel.
It is a travel. But you can always go to the Beef House. So there's that, right?
There's the win.
If you have to drive far, at least it's in Covington,
Having
right?
to buy you drive, you go scout, you get a good dinner.
Exactly.
All right.
You have to look on the, bright side of things. It's all about perception.
Good kill there. Back to a 2-point match.
Another kill by Eden Speaks. Yeah.
Using her opposite hand as well. Showing us that she's ambidextrous tonight. Davison, good diving effort by Swan.
Nice dig.
They go to Davison again, and this one ruled in.
Oh.
Looked like it was out, maybe right on the line. Let's take another look. We slow this one down and
out.
Just out. Man, that's one of those in-betweeners for the
Coach
the
Martin
line
is
judge.
not happy there.
21-20. Speaks, sends it across. Now they set middle. White just pushes it over. Big point here for both teams.
Clinton Prairie cannot afford to be careful here.
Tipped at the net. Rydens was there for the Bulldogs.
Oh, nice defense.
Unbelievable play from Abby Swan. And it leads to a Gopher point. Wow, look at the effort. You see the block at the end there, but the diving play before that, man, that was money.
It was. That was an excellent defensive play.
Speaks, hits through the block there of Swan. Gets a kill for the Bulldogs. Georgia Evans checks in. Speaks will check out. Great block by Rydens again at the net.
All
Her and
tied
Empson
up.
both there. 22 all. Here in set number 4.
And this is when Clinton Central is dangerous, when they get that momentum. Great up by Carly Davison, but great vision by Abby Swan.
Tips it cross court. Davison got a hand on it. Prairie able to get there for 2. Nobody home for 3. Wilson sends it across the net. Davidson with the kill. Dug out of there by Wilson. Davison that time hits it into the top part of the net. It trickles across for the Bulldogs. They go back to Carly. It pays off here, 23 all.
Nice up by Carly Davison.
Now this leads to a point, what will be match point for the Gophers. And Ellie Brettnacher will come in to head to the service line for the Gophers.
Excellent defense in the last few points by Carly Davison. Nothing hitting the floor over there.
Here's the serve.
Nice up by Haven Wilson. And Abby Swan with the punctuation mark.
Kill. See both teams at the net there. 25-23 as the Gophers able to hold on and get the win here in set number 4. They'll take the overall match tonight, 3-1. What a fantastic affair tonight is, again, our scoring recap. 29-31, 25-17, 25-15, and 25-23 as the Gophers take it 3-1 tonight over rival Clinton Central. There is the conference championship. So now they get the bragging rights of being conference champs and county champs. Laura, your final thoughts on this one?
They do, and it wasn't pretty all night tonight, but they pulled through when they needed to, and it was really interesting. Abby Swan had a slow start, but when they really needed her in games 3 and 4, she definitely pulled through. Good to see for Coach Martin, first year at Clinton Prairie, to get the county and conference bragging rights this year.
Tonight, our Frankfort Eagles Clinton County Player of the Game goes to the freshman, Ellie Brettnacher of the Clinton Prairie Gophers. Played absolutely fantastic tonight for the Gophers. Had some big serving moments for them, and she is our Frankfort Eagles Clinton County Player of the Game.
Just can't say enough about Ellie Brettnacher tonight. I mean, so impressive. Every single time that the Gophers went on a run, it seemed like Ellie Brettnacher was at the service line, and she played absolute great defense and passed on a dime as well. You know, like I said, sometimes we don't always think of those players because it's not the big, exciting kill, but it starts with passing and it starts with defense, and Ellie Brettnacher absolutely led the Gophers tonight.
Just a reminder, tonight's game was brought to us by the Frankfort Eagles. Post 976, they are people helping people. By Day and Ginda Funeral Home, proud supporters of high school athletics in Clinton and Carroll County. By the healthy communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. And by Mulberry Telecommunications, Mintel Fiber Services offer the best gig in town. Hats off to our entire ISC Sports Network crew this evening. That's going to do it for the final regular season match tonight of volleyball. I can't believe sectionals are already here. But from all of us at ISC, we want to wish the best of luck to both of these teams as they head into sectional play.
And all Clinton County teams.
There you go.
Yeah, I think they could all represent Clinton County well in sectional and come out with some victories.
Thank you for tuning in this evening. We hope you will join our next broadcast. We've got football Friday headed your way tomorrow night. Clinton Prairie Gophers host the Carroll Cougars. You can see that one right here on ISC.
Mulberry Telecommunications is proud to announce the next generation in awesome, Mintel TV. With the Mintel TV streaming app, you aren't confined to just your TV, but you need two things: high-speed fiber internet from Mulberry Telecommunications and a Mintel TV subscription. Available on Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, Android TV, and more, with features that include Cloud DVR, Restart TV, look-back options, and pause live TV. Mintel TV is definitely the next generation of awesome. Current customers call 765